In the high-stakes pressure cooker of a Grand Slam semifinal, the line between physical collapse and tactical gamesmanship is often razor thin. We saw this play out in dramatic fashion during the Australian Open semis in a grueling 5-hour and 27-minute clash between Carlos Alcaraz and Alexander Zverev. Now that Alcaraz is crowned as champion, maybe this incident is the one gray mark on an otherwise shining achievement. With the match reaching a fever pitch in the third set, Alcaraz suddenly pulled up limp. To many watching, including his opponent, it looked like a classic case of cramping. However, Alcaraz requested and was granted a full 3-minute medical timeout for a suspected adductor issue. Alexander Zverev was incensed and vented his anger to the supervisor, calling the situation absolute BS and unbelievable. Zverev argued that Alcaraz was just cramping and under the rules should not get a dedicated timeout. The rule book is actually quite specific here. A player may receive treatment for muscle cramping only during the time allotted for change of ends or set breaks. Players are strictly forbidden from receiving a full medical timeout for cramps. Sounds very clear. However, there's a catch. The rules also state that if there is any doubt as to whether a player is suffering an acute medical condition or just a cramp, the decision of the sports physiotherapist is final. In his post-match press conference, Alcaraz defended the move by explaining his internal confusion. He said that because the pain was so localized, he didn't think it was a cramp at first and didn't know exactly what it was. But, and it's a big but, Alcaraz guzzled pickle juice and recovered very quickly. No problems with movement. Well, that tells us the rest of the story. It bought time for Alcaraz, a medical timeout some fans call a big gray area. A gray area that creates what Andy Roddick calls an impossible situation for officials. Roddick says if a player points to their groin and says it hurts, a physio has, quote, zero chance of calling them a liar and refusing treatment, because the risk of ignoring a genuine muscle tear is simply too high for any doctor to take. Ultimately, the break allowed Alcaraz to reset, while Zverev was forced to wait and watch an opportunity to catch Alcaraz with a knockout blow pass him by. It raised a difficult question about the integrity of the no cramping rule. If a player can simply rebrand their discomfort as a muscle injury because they aren't sure what it is, does that rule even exist? So we want to hear from you on this. In a sport where physical endurance is the ultimate test, was Alcaraz merely following the protocol to protect his health, or did he exploit a loophole to shift the momentum? We want to know what you think. Was Carlos Alcaraz in the wrong, or is this just the way it goes? Sound off in the comments section, and we'll see you next time.